डियर स्टूडेंट्स, प्रीवियस क्लास में हम लोग 1.12 तक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर चुके थे। 1.13 देखिए, क्वेश्चन है सपोज द स्फीयर्स ए एंड बी in exercise 1.12 have identical sizes. A third sphere of the same size but uncharged is brought in contact with the first, then brought in contact with the second, and finally removed from both. What is the new force of repulsion between A and B? अब एक this one is 1.13. Suppose you have two charge spheres, sphere A and sphere B. Both charge spheres are identical and both have same charge. Suppose on this charge is Q, also on this charge is Q. Okay, then and distance is R. Then force F is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q into Q by R square. If we brought a third sphere of same size but uncharged, what happened if we make a contact with the sphere A? It has charge Q and it has zero charge. It is neutral. Then here the charge will be Q plus 0 by 2. Because this is neutral and this has Q, तो दोनों पे सेपरेट चार्ज कितना हो जाएगा? Q by 2 and Q by 2. Okay. Now it says that this one is sphere A and this one is sphere C. And if we bring this charge sphere Q C in touch with this sphere, what will happen? It has charge Q by 2, and if we brought this sphere in contact with spheres B, it has charge Q and it has charge Q by 2. Then, and these two spheres are homogeneous, then what happened? The charge will be Q plus Q by 2 by 2. It means Q plus Q by 2, it will be 3Q by 4. It means sphere B and C have charge how much? It will be charge 3Q by 4. So now we can say that sphere A have charge Q by 2 and sphere B have charge now 3Q by 4, and the separation is same. Then what will be the force? F dash is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q into 3Q by 4 by R का square. Okay. Now put up the value which is given in question 1.12. 1.12 में चार्ज की वैल्यू Q की वैल्यू क्या गिवन है? 6.5 into 10 power minus 7. In question 1.12, Q is equal to 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 कूलम. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 रख दीजिए, यहाँ पर भी 6.5 into 10 power 7 रख दीजिए, दोनों को न्यूमेरिक वैल्यू फाइंड कर लीजिए. ठीक है. Similarly, now question number 1.14. Here Figure 1.33 shows tracks of three charged particles in a uniform electrostatic field. Give the sign of the three charges. Which particles has the highest charge to mass ratio? Now, solution of question 1.14. Question is here figure given positive charge and here this one is negative charge. This one is 1, 2 and 3. These are three charged particles. Question is figure 1.33 shows tracks of three charged particles in a uniform electrostatic field. Give the sign of three charge. Which particle has the highest charge to mass ratio? ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. देखिए पार्टिकल 1 किस नेचर का है? ये नेगेटिव होगा. क्यों? बिकॉज इट बेंड्स टुवर्ड्स द पॉजिटिव चार्ज. Particle 2, it also bends towards the positive charge, so these two are negative. And particle 3, it has positive character. ये किस नेचर का है? Its nature is positive because it bends towards negative. ठीक है? Now the question is, what is the which particle has the highest charge to mass ratio? Okay, we know that y is equal to half at square. Here if we draw axis, this one is x axis and this one is y axis. This distance which traveled more distance, this one is known as y. Y is equal to half at square, and we know that a is equal to, we know that f is equal to ma. Here a is equal to f by m, and we know that f is equal to QE by m. F is equal to A is equal to QE by m. Now, if we put the value of A in place of A is equal to QE by m into T square. It is clear from here that y is proportional to q by m, because 1 by 2 is constant, e is constant and t is same for these three. From here it is clear that y is proportional to q by m. It means which have more deflection in y direction, that has greater value of q by m. Q is charge, m is mass. You can write here q is charge and m is mass. तो चार्ज और मास का जो रेशियो है वो y एक्सिस के लिए मैक्सिमम हुआ. सो वी कैन से दैट दिस वन 3 रेस 3 हैज, it has highest charge to mass ratio. It has highest charge to mass ratio. From here we can say this using this. Okay. Now question number 1.15. Consider a uniform electric field E is equal to 3 into 10 power 3 I cap Newton per coulomb. What is the flux of this field through square of 10 centimeter on a side whose plane is parallel to YZ plane? What is flux through the same surface of if the normal to its plane makes a 60-degree angle with the x axis? Okay. Now, question number 1.15. Here given that electric field A is equal to 3 into 10 power 3 I cap Newton per coulomb and area A is equal to 10 into 10 centimeter square. Because the side of length is given 10 centimeter, then area is equal to 10 cross 10 centimeter square. We can write it 10 into 10 100, and if we convert centimeter square into meter square, we multiply it by 10 power minus 4 meter square. It will be 10 power minus 2 meter square. Now, question say that the square side whose plane is parallel to YZ plane. जो आपका स्क्वायर है देखिए E I cap means in the direction of x axis, and it says that area is in YZ plane. If it is put in YZ plane, then the direction of area will be also in direction of x axis. Okay, so we can say that A is equal to 10 power minus 2 I cap meter square. Now, question is, it has two parts. First part say that what is the flux through field through 10 centimeter side whose plane is parallel to YZ plane. तो जो क्वेश्चन का फर्स्ट पार्ट है, here A is equal to 10 power minus 2 I cap meter square and E is equal to 3 into 10 power 3 I cap Newton per coulomb. Okay, so flux phi is and theta is equal to 0. So flux phi is equal to vector E dot vector A is equal to E A cos theta. Put up the value 3 into 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 2 we have no needs to put the value of cos theta. We can directly say that vector E dot vector A, by using vector E dot vector A, we can say that 10 power 3 into 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 2. Here also I cap into I cap. I cap into I cap is equal to 1. I cap dot I cap is equal to 1. So flux phi is equal to 3 into 10 is equal to 30 Newton by Coulomb meter square. Okay. Now the next part of the question is that what is the flux through the same square if the normal to its plane makes a angle 60 degree with the x axis. Now question says that it's part B. If the angle is between E and A is 60 degree, then flux phi is equal to E A cos theta. Now put up the value. Value of E is 3 into 10 power 3. Area 10 power minus 2. And this one is cos 60. The value of cos 60 1 by 2. Now it will be 30 into 1 by 2 equal to 15. So flux will be 15 Newton by Coulomb meter square. Next question is, what is the flux of the uniform electric field? Exercise 1.15, throw a cube of side 20 cm oriented so that its faces are parallel to the coordinates planes. Okay. Next question is 1.16 है, इसमें कह रहा है कि जो आपका चार्ज है वो इस प्रकार से पुटअप किया जाए क्वेश्चन नंबर 1.16, क्वेश्चन को आप केयरफुली रीड करिए. इट सेज दैट ये क्यूब आपने एक ले लिया, इसकी साइज क्या गिवन है 20 सेंटीमीटर. 20 सेंटीमीटर का एक क्यूब है and it's oriented so that its faces are parallel to the coordinates planes. Okay, what is the next flux of the uniform electric field of expression 1.15. Okay, now see here that in this question if we say that someone charge is put here and the electric flux through in earlier Gauss theorem I have told you again that if we put the charge q in here, what will be the flux? Flux will be 0. Why? How much electric lines of flux enter from here, so much electric line of flux cross through here. So we can say that at this surface, how much is its area doesn't matter. At this surface phi is equal to minus EA because the direction of plane is 180 to this side, and at this surface we can say that phi is equal to EA, or in other words you can say that phi E is equal to EA cos 180 and here EA cos 0, because if the charge is put here, electric field will be in this direction E, and at this surface area will be in this direction. So angle is 180, and at this surface electric field is in this direction and area is also in this direction. So at this surface phi is equal to EA, and at this surface phi is equal to minus EA. Then what will be here? Total electric flux. Total flux phi E is equal to, if we say it phi E1 and it as phi E2. Phi E1 plus phi E2. It will be minus EA plus EA is equal to 0. So in question 1.16 we can say that टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक, अगर स्टेटमेंट में आपको लिखना तो स्टेटमेंट में आप लिख सकते हो ये तो टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक लाइंस ऑफ फ्लक्स इंटरिंग थ्रू दिस सरफेस विल गो आउट थ्रू दिस सरफेस. ठीक है, या तो आप इनका नामकरण कर सकते हो, इसको लिख दीजिए PQRS TUVW. जितना आप लिखोगे कि PQRS से इंटर कर रहा है सरफेस से, उतना ही TUVW सरफेस से आउट हो जा रहा है, तो टोटल फ्लक्स क्या हुआ 0. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज 1.17. Question is, careful measurement of electric field at a surface of a black box indicates that the net outward flux through the surface of the box is 8 into 10 power 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. What is the net charge inside the box? Second है, if the net outward flux through the surface of the box were 0, could you conclude that there are no charge inside the box? Why or why not? क्वेश्चन नंबर 1.17 देखिए कह रहा है here electric flux phi is equal to 8.0 into 10 power 3 Newton meter square by coulomb. And now it is said that what will be charge Q. फर्स्ट पार्ट क्वेश्चन का यही है कि आपसे पूछा व्हाट विल बी द चार्ज इन बॉक्स. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू गॉस थ्योरम फ्लक्स फाई इज इक्वल टू Q by epsilon naught. So charge will be Q is equal to phi E into epsilon naught. So put up the value phi E given 8 into 10 power 3 and the value of epsilon naught 8.85 into 10 power minus 11. Okay. How much will be answer? It will become in charge value in coulomb. Now the next part is says that if the flux is 0, part we said if the flux is 0, could you say that there is no charge? See here, suppose this one is your box, both conditions are possible. It may be here is plus Q and minus Q, both same charge. One charge is plus Q, one charge is minus Q. Then total charge is equal to 0. Then flux phi is equal to 0. So we can say that it is not true always that there is no charge in the box. It may be there be charge, but the total sum of charge is 0. So the flux is 0. तो जो आपका इस क्वेश्चन का नेक्स्ट पार्ट है, क्वेश्चन को पढ़िए. देखिए कह रहा है could you conclude that there were no charge inside the box? Why or why not? It may be there be charge, but the polarity of both charges are so many. There may be more than one charge, two or more than 2 or 4 how much charge, but the total sum of charge may be 0. Okay, so the flux will be 0. And also if there is no charge, it is empty, there is no charge, then Q is equal to 0. So flux is equal to 0. So it is not necessary that there is no charge. It may be there will be charge, but the flux will be 0 if the total sum of charge will be 0. Now question number 1.18. A point charge 10 microcoulomb is a distance 5 cm directly above the center of a square of side 10 cm as shown in the figure. Okay. What is the magnitude of the electric flux through the square? Hint, think of the square as one of the face of the cube. Okay. Now question number 1.18. 1.18 says that suppose here is a square. This one is a square of 10 centimeter, and here is a charge Q. The distance between its center and this one is 5 centimeter. Okay, तो कह रहा है find the flux. What is the magnitude of the electric flux through the square? Now imagine here that this one is cube. Imagine a cube of 10 centimeter side. This one is 10 centimeter, this one is 10 centimeter. Okay, and at the center there is placed a charge Q. Okay, charge Q is 10 microcoulomb. Here is charge 10 microcoulomb. Now if we ask a question with you that what will be the flux through this surface, जो बॉटम पे सरफेस है इससे फ्लक्स क्या होगा, ये क्वेश्चन यही है जो ये क्वेश्चन है, सेम क्वेश्चन है दोनों. ठीक है, this question is same as this. Here it is not given that this is a cube and we have to find the electric flux through one surface, but here its size is 10 centimeter, this one will be 10 centimeter, and if it is put in its center, this distance will be 5 centimeter. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now from Gauss theorem we know that total electric flux phi is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. So flux through one surface will be how much? Here is 6 surfaces. So flux through this surface phi E dash is equal to Q by 6 epsilon naught. Put up the value. In place of Q is 10 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb given. 10 Q is equal to 10 microcoulomb. Okay. Now put up the value and you will find the answer. 10 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 6 into 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. Okay. Solve it, you will find the electric flux through this. This is, both questions are same. The next question is 1.19. A point charge 2 microcoulomb is at the center of a cubic Gaussian surfaces 9 centimeter on edge. What is the net electric flux through the surface? सेम क्वेश्चन है उसी तरह से, ये आप ऐसे बहुत इजी है. क्या कह रहा है कि टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज इज Q is equal to 2 microcoulomb. It means 2 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb. And the distance of surfaces की जो sides हैं R is equal to 9 centimeter. According to Gauss theorem, flux phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Doesn't matter its size is how much, Q by epsilon naught, put up the value. 2 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. It will be flux Newton per coulomb meter square. Now question number 1.20 is a point charge causes an electric field minus 1.0 into 10 power 3 Newton meter square coulomb to pass through a spherical Gaussian surface of 10 centimeter radius centered on the charge. If a radius of the Gaussian surface were double, how much flux would pass through the surface? What is the value of point charge? ओके, देखिए ये भी अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. क्वेश्चन इज question says that electric flux is given, flux phi is equal to minus 1.0 into 10 power 3 Newton meter square by कूलम. जो स्फीयर का रेडियस है दैट्स वन इज 10 सेंटीमीटर. ठीक है. क्वेश्चन का फर्स्ट पार्ट पूछा है आपसे, व्हाट विल बी फ्लक्स इफ रेडियस इज डबल. ओके, सपोज करिए कि आपके पास ये स्फीयर था, इसमें जो भी चार्ज रहा हो Q, इससे जो भी इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स की वैल्यू होगी अगर आप रेडियस को डबल कर दें तो इनिशियल कंडीशन में फाई इज इक्वल टू किसके हुआ? Q बाई इप्सिलॉन नॉट. और अगर आपने इस स्फीयर की रेडियस को डबल कर दिया, अब भी इसके अंदर इनसाइड में चार्ज कितना है? Q ही है. तो अब भी इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स फाई कितना होगा? Q बाई इप्सिलॉन नॉट. So what will be the answer? If we double the radius, there will be no change in flux. Okay. Next part it says that what will be the charge? What is the value of the point charge? Okay. What will be the point charge? From this formula, phi is equal to, next question is what will be the net charge? Phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Q is equal to phi E into epsilon naught. Put up the value. Phi is given minus 1.0 into 10 power 3 and the value of epsilon naught 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 coulomb. Solve it, you will find the answer. Okay. तो शेष क्वेश्चंस हैं वो नेक्स्ट क्लास में